So we've got a special guest here in the Rural Radio Studios. Why don't you introduce yourself to our social media feed here? What's your name?
Dally Parker.
All right, and you're here. You were just on Western Sports Roundup, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Is this your first time on the show?
Yes.
Have you listened to Rural Radio before?
I do a lot, yes.
Western Sports Roundup, I guess, is probably one of your favorite programs.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Awesome, yeah. Amy's great, Steve's great. Did you have a good time talking to him?
I did, yes. I was real nervous, but, it just worked out perfect.
Doesn't sound like you're nervous at all. You're a great interviewer. You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Excellent. So, you're a barrel racer. You're going to be in the American this year.
Yes.
And how did you get into barrel racing? How old are you, first of all?
I'm 12 years old, and my dad used to work. We owned a ranch, and he worked cattle, and I would go ride my, I would go ride my barrel horses around and go work cattle and go doctor cattle and stuff. But it all started out when my mom's mom, she took me to a play day, and, it started from play days to junior rodeos to high school rodeos, and, just ever since then, it's just I've always loved barrel racing since I've started.
And how old do you think you were when you started? About how old do you think?
Probably a year. I sat on a horse when I was probably a year. My dad bought me this little stud pony named Festus, and he was so mean, and he'd buck me off, but, I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah, and you said you used to help work on cattle with your father?
Yes.
So, how old were you when you started doing that?
Probably 7 or 8.
Giving them medical care, or feeding them, and what kind of things did you do?
Just going out in a huge pasture, pretty much from, we'd wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and be out there till probably about midnight, just working cattle, doctoring them, feeding them, and I was on my barrel horses, and so they were a little bit like, what is going on? But, they loved it. It was good for them to get out.
Yeah, and so you've had a lot of experience working around animals.
Yes.
Tell us about your barrel horse now. What's its name? And
her name is S.R. My Lucky Charm. She's a mare, and she's 21 years old, and, she's got a heart of gold. She's very gritty. And, you can buy the fastest horse in the world, but, you have to have a horse that has a lot of heart, and that's what Charm definitely has.
So she's done pretty well for you this year, I guess, if you made it into the American.
Yes, she has. She's been perfect, and I've just been working really hard for her.
American coming up really soon now. You're probably going to say that you're nervous, but based on how well you do on camera, on radio, you would never know it. How are you feeling getting ready to go into that competition?
Last year it was my first year, and so this year I'm going to try to get past where I left off, and it's just going to take a lot of hard work. I know Charm's got it, I know she's got it in her and she's done it before. So, we just got to see, and, I can't predict it, but, in my mind I'm sitting here going, I hope we can get past it, but, you just have to see.
Definitely, and
yeah.
I know you know a little bit about some of the competition you're going to be up against at this year's American. You talked to us a few minutes ago a little bit about one of the other barrel racers who's a little bit younger than you even.
Yeah.
What do you think of some of the other competition, some of the people you're up against? What's it look like?
A lot of these younger girls younger than me, you've got a lot of those younger girls, like Pat Ann Lynch, she's got a super fast horse, and that horse is really fast, she's a good rider too. And, just a lot of these kids, they've got some fast horses, and, a lot of these older people, they've got some really nice horses, so it's going to be pretty tough for Charm and I.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I see on your shirt there you've got some definite, some sponsors who have helped you out along the way. Is there anybody, to get to where you are and to get to where you're going, is there anybody you really want to thank, either family or friends or sponsors?
I'd like to thank my family and my trainers, Pete Owen and Jolene Montgomery. And I would like to thank Classic Equine and Equine Saltwater Therapy, the people who took care of Charm during her surgery, because without them I don't think Charm would be here, because they kept her chilled and they kept her swimming and stuff like that. And then I would like to thank Double X Equine, my vet. He's a really good vet, Rest Assured Stall Pads, who keep our horses on soft ground when they're at the shows. And Equirest, who keep our horses breathing well. My young one, my 5-year-old, she is a bleeder. So, it's, you have to really pay attention to stuff like that, and I think they help our horses breathe very well.
Definitely. Now, is there anywhere online or social media or anything like that where if people want to find out more about you or what you're up to, is there anywhere where people can get a little bit more information?
Oh, I don't know. I try not to be real, that's one thing that my parents always taught me, was to be humble. Never to get a big head about stuff, just to stay humble, because, one day it could all drop, and so I just try to stay humble, focus on my horse. If somebody tells me good job or, I say thank you, and, you just have to be very humble about that because these days there's a lot of people that get real boastful, and so I just have to learn from those people.
Definitely. That's a great policy. Do you mind doing a couple just little rapid fire kind of fun questions here? Just to let our people know?
I've watched some rapid fire of the NFR girls. So.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what all they were asked, but we just got a couple questions for you. Okay. So, what's your favorite sport? Are you into any sports aside from barrel racing?
I like horse racing. Horse racing is one of my other favorite sports.
So, like you follow like Kentucky Derby and Triple Crown and some other stuff like that?
California Crown, Zenyatta, American Pharoah, all those horses.
Is there anything that you've watched from that style of racing that you've really been able to use to kind of help you learn some new technique in barrel racing?
I just, not really, but I just really like the sport. I think the horses are amazing, and, I just like to watch it. It's just a cool sport to watch.
Are there any tips maybe that you've picked up or that you've learned that you would give to someone who wanted to get into barrel racing themselves?
I would just say just work hard at it. You don't know until you try. There's a lot of people that say that I can't barrel race, but you don't know. You just have to try and just see, and don't ever give up.
Sure, absolutely. All right, favorite music. What do you listen to these days?
Pop. Pop music.
Who's one of your favorite artists?
I don't know. I just like the music. I really don't pay attention to a lot of that stuff, but I like country music, but pop music kind of gets me pumped up a little bit.
I understand. If you could be introduced maybe to any song, to come out in the arena to, what would, any idea what you would pick?
Oh gosh, I don't know.
Tough question.
There's been a lot of people ask me that, and there's been a lot of announcers that put some great songs on. But my favorite song, I don't really know the name of it that I would like to come on. That came on, but I don't know the name of it.
Don't worry, we won't ask you to sing any of it. How about your favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, really?
Food. I love the food and I love the family.
All right, favorite food then?
Mashed potatoes.
Hey, can't blame you there.
Yes,
potatoes
I love mashed
are great.
potatoes.
All of our potato growers out there in the country are going to be really happy to hear that.
And the dessert. I love the dessert.
There you go.
Yeah.
What are you looking to do when you get a little bit older, maybe professionally? Are you going to stick with the barrel racing and pursue that some more, or what are you going to go into school for?
I really want to get my doctor's degree, but just in case something does happen, I need to have a backup plan so I can get a really good job. But a doctor's degree is going to take a long time, and my goal is to go to the NFR and then start training for treaty colts. So God has a plan, and so I'm just going to go with that.
There you go. Well, hey, thanks so much for talking with us a little bit more today. We know you've already done a lot of interviews today. Thanks for taking a few extra minutes.
Yeah, thank you.